Well, time for another little story. Somebody has got to be the worst. Lockwood Green was a well-respected firm, one of the top engineering and consulting firms in the industrial site selection and economic development arenas in the nation. In the late 1990s, we beat out several major firms to land an engagement to analyze the competitiveness of Gainesville, Florida, and develop a strategy to strengthen the local economy. We interviewed at least 36 leading private sector institutions in the area to assess the business environment, opportunities, and challenges. Universally, they were critical of the public sector leadership. In particular, they cited the ideological dominance of the University of Florida, the largest employer of the local area. We met with the leadership of the university and found little support for working with or strengthening the business sector. The business community felt that they found themselves overregulated and there was no support for reform. Environmental regulations were burdensome in comparison to other areas of the state, and they even managed to run off a major IBM project. In our report, we tried to deal as diplomatically as possible with the situation, but the local political leaders were not happy with us or our findings. The county council called our client and our team before them. I was the spokesperson. After being berated nonstop by one of the councilmen for almost an hour about our alleged bias and ignorance, he finally asked me if I had a response. I stood up and I told him that in my career I had assessed the business climates of dozens, if not hundreds, of communities. Someone had to be the worst, and well, I guess Gainesville had that honor. Bedlam broke out in the chamber. The chair immediately adjourned the meeting. The next morning, my comments were the headline on the local newspaper. Several members of our client staff left for better jobs, and the study was suppressed, not too surprisingly. Interestingly, I learned last year at a visit to Gainesville that the study had been resurrected and some consideration is being given to our recommendations over 20 years later. Thank you.